spin on things. Good afternoon, peeps. No, I quit using peeps because everybody else uses it. Good afternoon, gang. It's the Drunkin one. Yeah, it's another tool review. You've probably seen it in the title, though. Okay, today we're going to talk about things that do circles, things that rotate. Yeah, okay, but before we get started, because I've been asked to do these on each of my tool reviews, we got a little beer. It's a good one, that one. It is New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. It's the Imperial IPA. This was like a 9%. So let's get it poured, and we will talk about some tools that make circles, or go round and round, or whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to throw it at you. I should have thrown it at you. Just teasing. Let's do this. Let's get a pour on this thing. Okay, today we're going to talk about drills for the most part. Different sizes, different what their purposes are. Just one of those kind of deals. Oh yeah. Oh, you see that? I poured it smooth over the glass. That's okay. Perfect, huh? Ba-bam. Except for that I wasted. Goes out for the boys that couldn't be here. Anyway, let's get started. See if I remember how to do these videos, huh? It's been a minute. Okay, let's start, I guess, with the smaller ones. Okay, now this is one I found at the flea market just the other day. This is like the lesser version of the one I'm going to show you next. This is a... Of course, they're all going to be DeWalt. This is a gyroscopic technology power screwdriver. It's fixed in the sense that it doesn't bend or anything like that. What's cool about this one, though, of course there's going to be a bug flying around as I'm doing this. What's cool about this one is it's got a little lock on the bottom that locks the trigger. And really, that's the only other thing besides the trigger that's on here. And you go, whoa, well, how is that? Okay, let me just pop an implement in here, an implement of destruction, and it's going to be one that you probably would never see in this drill again, but I'm only doing it so you can see what's going on. So we're going to take a paddle bit. Now this is generally a tool that would be used for cutting through wood, or you can do it through sheetrock or whatever. It's a paddle bit. This particular kind is a pretty good one because it kind of pulls its way through. It's some newer technology. Anyway, so check this out. You push the button, and trying to make sure you can see it. You push the button, and if you lean it left, it'll go left, and if you lean it right, it'll go right. Now, the more you turn it, the faster it goes. Great little tool. It's got a little light on the front, as you see. It is coming on, right? Yeah, a little light on the front. I picked this up, I think it was like 20 bucks. It's generally, I want to say about an $80 tool. I could be wrong, don't quote me on the math. But really cool like that, so you're not having to, hit buttons like forward and reverse. This is great for like putting it in receptacles or switches or something like that. The only drawback to it is, first of all, it's stuck in this position. Second of all, it doesn't have a clutch. And what the clutch does is allow you to set how much tension it really gives. In other words, if you set it down to 1, you could put like faceplate covers on a receptacle or a switch or whatever without breaking them. So how about that? Or you crank it up and it'll give it all it's got. So this is one kind right like this. Let me show you the next one. And it's got the quick release kind of head like that. Blam, just pop it right in and it stays in. What you'd normally see in here is probably a screwdriver type thing or something maybe like this. Just like Phillips or Straight or Torx or whatever, you know. It could be a nut driver. Excuse me. It grabbed me. It could be nut drivers, but this particular one is a 5/16. That's pretty common size for things. Or it could be, probably not in this drill, but yeah, something like that. Maybe a 3/8 or 1/2 inch drive that you could put a socket on. Alright, moving along. We're not here about those parts. So then there's this guy. Same scenario. Let me pop the battery out. I've only got one battery because that's all it came with this one. And same scenario pretty much, except for this one can bend. So you can go like that or like that. But the controls are all the same, but what's neat about this one, first of all, it's got more lights. Second of all, it's got a clutch on there, what I just spoke about, and I'll show you kind of how that works right now. Again, you probably wouldn't see this one in here, but I'll be able to get a hold of it better. So like, I've got it set down to 1 right now, and now I'm just going to hold this, and it's not strong enough to even pull it out of my hands. Now, the more you increase it, the more resistance it's going to give. And you get it all the way to full, and I'm not going to hold it because it would hurt me. Because it would probably hurt me. Anyway, great tool. This is the second version after that one. Great tool. Again, great for receptacle switches, small things like that. yeah, if you're doing like drywall anchors or something like that, or like what do you call them, toggle bolts or something, you could use a bit like this to go through sheetrock. But that's, you know, it's just not tough enough to do much more. Small duty, light duty stuff. There we go. Blam. That's that. Then I guess bringing in a little more power. Now there's several different kinds. This is just, despite the fact that it's green, and DeWalt is usually not green, I painted them this way when I was working for a different company. That way I knew which ones were mine. Now there are several different models to the normal old drill. Okay, now again, the models would dictate whether it's got a clutch, whether it's got a metal chuck on it or whatever. It would also dictate how many speeds it has. So this is these, if I'm not mistaken, you can buy the raw tool. When I say raw tool, that means no battery. I think you can buy these for like 99 bucks. A lot of things from DeWalt are like 99 bucks. Coincidentally, they make it pretty easy. And they're worth $100 each for sure. You can find these all the time at your big box stores. Again, yeah, a lot of times without a battery, you might, I don't know what the cost is with the battery and a charger, but they're going to be a bit more. So anyway, this is the same kind of scenario. It's got the clutch here. This one here is a cheaper one and smaller, lighter, you know, kind of a mid power type drill. Just a drill, not like anything else. You don't have to use the keyed chuck, if you know what I'm talking about. All of them anymore are done just by holding the outside of the chuck itself. Okay, so that's that. And then getting a little heavier, get into some meat and potatoes. Again, there's a bunch of different models. This one's a lot nicer than the last one. This is a 3-speed. Of course, there's going to be a bead right there. Okay, this is a 3-speed metal chuck. This has 3 different settings for hammer drill, which you could go through with the right bit. You could go like into a block wall, through brick, something like that. This one here is just like drill, like a metal cutting bit or whatever, or even a paddle bit, something like that. And then the last one, they kind of, as big as it is, they kind of made it tame enough to take screws. I don't know if you see that logo on there. Anyway, so that's that one. A lot more beefy. Now, all of my tools here, I changed to the 20-volt platform. I got out of the 18, and so I have a bunch of 20-volt tools. This is just the ones that go around. I've got ones that do other things, and we'll do that next time or the next time after or something. We'll get into that. So there you go. That's that. Now, my favorite one, to be very honest, is kind of, now let's look at the sizes real quick. This is pretty big, right? This one right here is a lot smaller, a lot more compact. This is called an impact driver. This one, if you're using a paddle bit with this big boy and it gets bound up, it's going to kind of take you for a ride if you don't have the clutch set right. This one here doesn't have any clutch on it, but it's like more like a well, it's a hammer drill. It's like it just turn, more like what they pull the tires out of your car with. Now they do make the same size tool that can take the lug nuts out of your car. This one's not quite that aggressive, but you can put a paddle bit in it. You can put pretty much anything that has that same kind of head like this on it. And there's a name for those, I'm sure. But any of those just pop in there. Now this one's a little old and it's kind of tired. I need to oil it or something because it's not accepting the tips so well. Or I might really just have to have it sent in and looked at. Again, $99. I think these might be a little bit higher because they are such a badass tool. Okay, but this is really strong, pretty lightweight, and you can get the little clips that clip onto your pants or something like that. Let me show you how it works. I'm gonna just go ahead and pop in the. This is probably a dull bit, that paddle bit, but let me show you what it does and how it works. See if I can get it to accept the bit to begin with. Oh, got it. All right. I'm going to turn the camera down, and I got a little piece of 1x6 here, whatever, and we're going to shoot a little hole through it. Let me see if I can see what you're seeing. I'm upside down, but it'll work. Alright, so see how fast this is, and it won't wrench your wrist at all. It's just going to beat on through there. Here we go. Again, it's a dull bit, but you get the idea as to how it won't wrench your wrist. When I say wrench your wrist, it's not going to try to, torque your wrist or whatever. Probably using the wrong words, but anyway, great tool. Probably one of my most favorite drills, or drill type things. impact driver, I guess is what they call it. All right, here we go. So oh, and then now we're switching gears entirely, and this one's gonna look totally different. It's still rotary, but then again, it doesn't have to be. Check this out. That's a nice tool. I got this because I just had to have it, and no, literally I had to have it. Not to mention I wanted it. Okay, this is a hammer drill. This is obviously it's got a longer body. The bits that go in here, again, there's a fancy name for it, but it's got like this type of dealie there, and there's different size bits. This one's pretty small for like plastic anchors or whatever, and get it to pop back in there. This should be in good order because it hadn't gotten used a whole lot. Forward and reverse on it. On this side here, it's got a dial, and so this is just drill. See what this does? It turns, hits and turns, and turns. It's like a jackhammer, something like that. Well, it's a rotary hammer. Okay, so this one just turns, no beat. This one is beat and turn. That's the one you're probably going to use the most. Or you can turn it down to just hammer drill and use I don't know how I wanted to show you. So anyway, what goes on the end of this is more like a chisel, and so it can like break things apart a lot like the what you call it, the jackhammer. So let's see this baby at work, right? I got this brick, and hopefully it won't just tear the crap out of this brick. That brick's kind of old, but if I can get you down here and look at it. All right, got this brick. So for this one, I'm just gonna shoot the hole into it. Let's see how it goes. It's on hammer and drill. Bam. So now you got a hole in your brick. It went in. I didn't take it very far. It went in maybe an inch. You know. So anyway, that's that. So yeah, let me turn this back up. Then again, like I said, you can put the chisel type thing in there, and so it doesn't turn, it just beats. Great tool. Not everybody has a need for one of these, but if you do anything professionally, like for me, I was having to install conduit on the outside of a brick house, and so I was able to. Like I said, the big drill, it does this same kind of action too, but this just hits a bit harder, and it makes the job go a lot easier. I forget the cost on this. Go check it out yourself. And I think there's only just a couple of models of this. This one, if you're interested, is the DCH133. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, we could talk a little bit about battery technologies. Different batteries they've got out. And see, this one fits really tight in there because it shakes and stuff. They didn't want that battery to ever get loose. Okay, so this, I should know the amp hours on these by heart, I bet, but I don't. Okay, don't quote me on these numbers, guys. This is the 1.3. They're all 20 volts, but there's amp hours, and amp hours relate to how long they'll last. You know, with a good full charge, and so. But all of them are 20 volts that I'm about to show you. This is like the least amp hours, or the least not really strong, but the longevity. Okay, so it's like the least one here, and then they kind of skip on up. You can find those pretty cheap. If you don't have any, and you you're needing something, if you're just a homeowner, you can pick those up pretty cheap. I think you can get 2 for $99 if I'm not mistaken. And then again, what they're not supposed to be green. This is the yellow kind. Let's see if I got one that's a little more yellow. All right, this one. Oh yeah, that's just initials in it. Okay, so this is one step up, and again, I should know the amp hours. Oh, it does say it. It's 2 amp hours. 2 amp hours on that one. Okay, and then a little older school. Check this guy out. See how thick that one is compared to the little brother. Quite a bit bigger, and I don't know the amp hours on this one. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, you see, obviously you got more battery power. It's going to last longer. Now the newer style to this one, and looks pretty darn cool, I might add, is this guy here. Ooh, look at that big beastie thing, you know? And we'll compare it to the other one. It's quite a bit bigger. See at the bottom there, my thumb's in the way, but a lot larger than the other. Just a bit wider. I don't know if you can see this at all, but yeah, it just makes for a bigger battery. And this is a 3 amp hour for sure, because it says it right there on the side with 3 amp hour. Okay, I guess that's it. How long is this? Sorry, 15 minutes. Oh my goodness. All right. So if you've made it this far through, thank you so much, and maybe you learned a little something, or you know, I don't know. This is probably stuff that everybody knows, but I said I was going to do tool reviews. They're really not tool reviews. It's more like I'm just showing off my crap. You know? But I sure do appreciate you coming by. I'm just getting a bit more of that yummy beer. I gotta take it easy. It's like 11 o'clock. It's early yet, so I can't be. It's 11:06. So I really shouldn't be doing this, but I got to get some videos out because I know y'all been missing them. You might see me in the same shirt in another video because I have like unboxings to do. I have a few different unboxings actually. I need to do some more stuff to show you what's going on in the garden. Whatever. Let me get out of here, and we'll do those when we do those. Cheers, and thank you so much for coming by. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, have a darn good day. Yeah, just all the wonderful stuff. See y'all in the next one. Cheers from the Drunkin one. Hey, adios. Yeah, adios.